What's going on, hikers? In today's video, I have good news for you. I have some budget-friendly options, which is exactly what I need. They're great alternatives to those expensive pieces of gear that people are carrying around out on the trail right now. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jeremiah Stringer, and here we talk about all things hiking and backpacking. So if you're into that kind of thing, consider subscribing to the channel. Now, if you're somebody that uses trekking poles and you went shopping for them, you know they can be super expensive. Like the Lecky ones, I saw those at REI and they cost a pretty penny. So I have an alternative for you. I have been using, and this is my second pair, of Cascade Mountain Tech carbon fiber trekking poles. Under $50 for two of them. Extendable, and of course they are the snap, which is what I prefer. I don't really like the whole, pull them out and it has the little cord in there or cable or whatever you want to call it. And they have a cork handle. One thing that you do have to watch out for if you leave these outside, like I like to do porch mode with my hammock tarp when I'm using these. And so I stick them under the tarp and it lifts it up. You can have an animal. If you're somebody like me and you're sweating and this cork is absorbing the sweat, you can have like a squirrel or something like that that will chew the cork. I have seen it happen, so beware. You also have the adjustable strap for, however tight you want it around your wrist. Under the cork, you have foam, and that's about it. So if you're somebody that uses trekking poles, I will link everything in the description that I'm going to talk about today, but I would highly suggest checking these things out. You can just buy them on Amazon. All right, let's check out what else we have on the list. Let's get into some cooking. Now, I've made a pot cozy with this, but this is just a grease pot. Okay, let me take the pot cozy off for you. This can be bought on Amazon for less than $10. Super cheap. You can see I have changed, well, maybe you don't know, right? You probably never seen this before. But I changed the lid, what is this called? The handle, I guess? The lid handle to an eye screw. And literally just a little pot that is supposed to be for catching grease, but I've used her pretty well. Scratched up the bottom so it wouldn't slide off my stove. And this thing will hold quite a bit of water, like probably 3 or 4 cups. And it's worked perfect. If you want to make it even more effective, I have made a video on how to make one of these pot cozies. I'll link it up here. And literally just boil my water, put whatever I want in there to rehydrate if I'm doing one of those types of meals. I just let it sit there for 10 or 15 minutes while it rehydrates. Excellent budget option to something like a Toaks stainless steel or whatever else materials they make those out of. They can be fairly expensive. So if you're not looking to spend a bunch, another great Amazon item. Next up, we have what I've made multiple videos on, the BRS stove. Now, if you haven't heard of these, they're super cheap. I think like 15, 20 bucks. They weigh less than 1 ounce, like 25 grams. They're great for boiling water, like for that pot I was showing you a minute ago. Not really great for anything else, like if you're trying to cook, maybe fry something on a pan or something like that. But great if you are boiling water. Super concentrated flame, boils water super quick. I've made multiple videos on these. I do have an alternative to this one though that can be even cheaper for you. This was given to me by a trail angel on the Foothills Trail, but you can make one yourself. This is an alcohol stove. Now the BRS runs on isopropane or butane. This runs on alcohol, or essentially paint thinner that you can just buy at Walmart super cheap. Made out of a beer can. You can make yours out of cat food or a potted meat can. There's a ton of videos on YouTube. I haven't made one, but they work great for boiling water as well. One time I did try to cook eggs over it. It is a terrible idea, but I did. You can't change like how hot the food is gonna get or how hot the pan is. Like that BRS, you can turn down the flame. Not with the alcohol stove, it's full blast all the time. So I ended up having to like raise or lower the skillet. You probably don't care about that. But anyway, it is a great budget option, and you can essentially make it for free. Okay, let's wrap this thing up with a couple more items. What I have here is not really the budget. I mean, it fits into my budget. It's a Lot AF food sack, but I have something that's even cheaper for you. You probably have one of these laying around the house. Literally a Walmart, annoying, right? Literally a Walmart grocery bag. Now do beware, I have found Walmart is making these things cheaper and cheaper. So sometimes they don't even get my groceries home. But if you want, you could just take your food and stick it in this to hang up in the tree. Now, if it's gonna rain, that thing will collect water, so I would suggest tying it off. And it's absolutely not odor proof, but if you don't want to buy like a Dyneema food sack, which you can from Lot AF or from Hilltop Packs, I mean, there's a bunch of companies that make them. For free, you could literally take one of those grocery bags at your house, or maybe you want to take a couple of them. It might come in handy. Got a little bonus here for you. One of my favorite items to use on trail, and I even use it when I take a chair too, because I put it in the chair, is a little Z-seat. These things are 15, 20 bucks on Amazon or REI or wherever you want to buy them. Nice cushion for your tushy. Okay, and I like to fold it over so I get double the padding. Why don't you comment below and tell me what is your favorite budget backpacking item that's a great alternative to all these expensive items that are on the market. I'm sure it'll help me out and it'll help out all the other people that are checking out the comments. If you've enjoyed the video, give me one of these, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. You ever forget to wash out your cook pot for a while and it just starts to stink? Yeah, me too. Me too.